Greetings, everyone. Rev.Hawksblood here, calling from the Big Island of Hawaii. You know, I could talk like everybody else. I could act like everybody else, but I'm not everybody else. I'm going to act like me. So if I get yelling, screaming, whatever I do, I'm trying to be as real as I can. I'm not going to hide who I am. And I'm not going to lie to you people. So I'm going to bring Tina on in a little bit. She's another person that's not going to lie to you. We got nothing to lie about. But there's a lot of things going on when you get into it today. There's serious things happening to the planet, and nobody cares, and nobody's listening. And we're more involved with who can put Trump down or who can put Biden down. That's all anybody's caring about or thinking about. The person in Florida gave $100 million to Biden yesterday. So there's things happening, money's being spent in all the wrong places. And they're still fighting over if we're going to get our money for people that were damaged and hurt by what happened and everything else. But it's a sad world right now. To all you loving lighters out there, sorry, you're on the wrong planet, wrong time, wrong space, and everything else along with it. You think we're going to have world peace? No. Think the world's going to become a compassionate place? No. You think somebody other than Satan's going to rule the planet? No. So here's the thing. We're going to talk about UFOs today in a lot of different ways, what's happening in the UFO world and what's happening to the planet. So it's time for you to start listening. Filter the lies out, but listen, if you don't hear anything, you're not going to know anything. Well, I don't want to hear the lies. Well, if you don't hear anything, you're going to know absolutely nothing about what's happening. I mean, the earthquake chart is going crazy. We're going to talk about that as well. Things that are happening are completely out of the norm right now, every which way. So I'm going to bring Tina on. Greetings, Tina.
Hi, Tommy. Hello, everybody. I'm Tina Bad here in the UK, and you can find me on Hive, Human Individuals Visited by Extraterrestrials. And tonight means Tommy do have a good show for you. So if you'd like to call in, Tommy's sent our link out. You can message Tommy, Facebook us, Twitter, anything you like. Send us messages. Come in and join us on the show, or ask us, send us questions and messages. Excuse me. Hi, Tommy. And
invite me. Hold on, let me put that up for him in case he wants to come on. Hold on.
So we encourage you to come and join us and have your say or ask us questions, or hopefully you may have information on some questions we've previously asked and we don't know the answer to. So we don't know everything. We do like your input. So just to reiterate what Tommy said, there will be some things. Tommy has some things to talk about this week. Also, I wanted to quickly touch on the subject. If anyone asks in the UK or the US could let me know about people who've been posting on Facebook and being detained or arrested. I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. And also, alien life has been detected in Venus vapors. So it's some kind of microbial life on Mars, or sorry, Venus. So which Venus is another planet. So if they detected it there, then it's got to be alien because it's not on this planet. Also, we had more and more increasingly large asteroids are being present in our atmosphere, just skimming our atmosphere, coming close, and NASA not seeing them till they're literally on us. We had two in the second week from 2nd to 8th of August. We had one Monday, and we've got one again Thursday. So literally, we've got some people waiting to come on. So Tommy sent the link out. Please come on. Again, please ask questions. So back, Tommy, to you.
All right, we've got so many things to talk about today, but I want to bring the first thing that I found out yesterday. There was an incredible sighting over New Jersey. I lived there most of my life, so yeah. I've been trying to get in touch with people that I know to see if they heard anything or even seen anything. I mean, it's all over the internet already, and it's like nobody in Jersey heard it. But when it was going over Jersey, it was in the afternoon. The highway stopped. People pulled over everywhere filming it. So whether it was a prank of some kind, which I doubt it was, they said a blimp. Look at the video, UFO over Jersey, and it was 2 days ago. It looks like a satellite ship with a blue light underneath it. So it's not a blimp in any form. If you know anything about a blimp, the only part of a blimp that holds people is a little bubble on the bottom of it. The big part of it is just air. So I mean, this is a streamlined kind of shape like that with just a blue light on the bottom. So check it out. You know anybody that heard any more information, whether the government admitted anything or anybody admits anything about it? I mean, if I was directly under it, some people must have been. I don't know exactly where. I didn't see that written anywhere exactly over Jersey. They said it
Or
could have been.
different camera footage. As far as I'm aware, I've seen pictures and camera footage just from a bridge. So if someone has camera footage from another angle, would be terrific. That would be even better.
Well, I saw 3 already. So multiple people were taking pictures.
Yeah.
Anybody out there that knows anybody can get in touch with anybody in Jersey. It should be a big thing there, and I don't know why it isn't. But again, if you know what it is or know anybody that saw it close up, I mean, if I was under it, I'd have a better picture than what they shot from a little bit of a distance. Everybody's sideways to it. And I'm sure it was over people as well. So then you could actually see the bottom and what it looked like. But there was a light on top of it as well, a small white light. So check it out. Anybody hears anything, get back to me, hawksblood1aol.com. I'll do a show. I can do a show whenever I want. So if we get any more information on that and it comes out that it is a ship, it would be incredible. But we're getting to the point where something has to break. I'm going to let Tina talk a starting point about what's happening to UFO people. And I'll come back.
Sorry, I'm just going to sort my door out. I thought it's going to keep coming open.
So, Tina, I'll let you start about what we just started to talk about.
So, a few friends of mine who have true stories. So I don't really have a lot of, I do know some abductees. And but this particular lady witnessed with other people. She wasn't on her own. There's other witnesses, neighbours. She lives in the mountains, and other communities and other witnesses has come forward since she's released. What's gone on. It's been investigated and documented with the military and other things. Deactivated a site this week because she said a lot of people have been threatened with being arrested, and some people have been arrested for posting on Facebook. Now, whether this is, a true story, but lots of people have closed their accounts. I'm not sure what this is for. So if anybody has an inkling of what is going on in the ufology here in the UK, I'm not sure if the States or Hawaii or anything else is happening, or whether it's just been, 1 or 2 people. Again, she's a genuine person. She's not out for anything. She just wants the truth out there. She is a genuine person with a lot of evidence to back her up. So I'd be very interested to hear if anybody, has been threatened with arrest, or the reason why, if arrests are being made, the reason why this is. Does it breach some security? Is it too close to the truth? Are they being hacked? If someone could just let us know, that would be absolutely brilliant. And I hope to hear more from either someone in the UK or someone in the US. So if anyone could shed light on that, that would be brilliant. Thank you, Tommy.
I have a few friends that are involved with that, so I'll get maybe next week or so the names of these people that are being arrested or being tracked down for some reason. I know who I would arrest if I was the government. Not the people that get abducted, that's for sure. I'd be arresting the people putting out false information about the secret government programs. But that's one thing that's going on right now. So if suddenly you don't see us next week or the next week after or something, check it out. Check our sites, check our web pages or anything, and see if we're okay. Because if we go missing, it's not because we want to. So I'm going to change just a little bit from that subject. The planet is in serious conditions. Now, California and 3 states are completely on fire. Now, what Trump says and what other people about global warming and things, it's going to be the worst problem for the planet within 2 years. All right. It's the biggest fires ever. And now, to make things worse, in the United States, we have people setting fires as well. I don't know if you know anything about the black and white issue, but it's really bad. And now they're setting fires. And it's scary because, when you have that much land burning, it produces this fog that goes up into the sky and it clouds up the ozone layer and it changes the weather completely. So if you
And
think we have
you're killing yourselves and your community to get other people. There's got to be a better way for anybody to do things. Setting fire to half of your
I
environment
say,
is not it.
you want to protest, do it legally.
You kill
If you get
animals
enough,
as well. All these animals that are chained up and can't get
everything
out. And wildlife
legally,
you're killing.
legal is the only way to go. It's the only
Yeah.
right way to go. If you have any belief in spiritual truth, God, religion, or even normal compassion for life, you wouldn't destroy people's homes, cars, beating up the police and killing police and all those things happening now. It's seriously problem. And then we got governors and politicians that are, who knows where they're coming from,
It's a
letting
bit
them destroy
like
the city.
hello. He says he's in. Hello.
Oh, he's in. I don't see him. Hold on.
It's a bit like what this week other news I spotted is Daryl Sim. I think if I'm right, I do apologise if I get this wrong. I think he was an ex-CIA agent or some kind of law department he worked for. He said that over 1 million people are abducted by aliens each year. From the figures he's been given in his job he was in and things he'd witnessed. And so, it's the same thing with them. We can rebel and set fire to the planet and ask for compensation. And some people will never return to their families. And nothing is being done about that. And people should look more at other real issues in life that affect humanity too. And it's going to affect the future and our children and future generations. So it's something that should be taken very seriously and looked at, Tommy.
All right. Now, just a couple issues. That's one serious problem. Okay. Now we have check the news. We're not making these stories up. I don't.
Can you
Tina
tell
doesn't.
it now? Sorry.
Greenland is melting away at the most incredible rapid speed ever in history, which means it's going to be gone soon. It's going to affect the whole planet if that happens. And as that's happening, obvious we know Alaska and every other place is having serious problems with melting. All right. We all have to start looking at what's really going down, who's responsible, and what we can do. Or
Sorry,
also,
people can't get in on our link because it says it's ended an hour ago. Sorry, guys, we are experiencing.
let's see. I put the link up in the. Hold on, share screen. I put it up in the. It says you want to put this on this board. When you go into the site, is there any kind of board that shows any links in there? I'm trying to think where else you can get it. Hold on. Let me just see. Wrong site. Hold on. Yeah, this Greenland thing is really scary.
I'm just going to go and turn my TV down. I don't know if you can hear it. If you can't hear it, I'll leave it. If you can, let me know.
All right, let me try this one. I don't know if this is the same one. Let me know. It shouldn't be because this is the one that Tina got in on. It's the same link, and it's the one that you just.
I got in on that link, yeah.
How could it end? It's saying it ended an hour ago. I told you they're having problems, but I hope we're online. I wonder if I should go online.
Yeah, we are live. It says we're live, yeah.
I know it says it, but if it's saying we're not on we already ended an hour ago, how could we be live?
It says that we've been on live for 1 hour, 14 minutes and 35 seconds. Is that right? Or 1 minute 14? No, it's 1 hour.
We've only been on since 9 o'clock, so it could only be 14 minutes. Well, whatever. Hopefully, I'll check it as soon as the show's done. If not, I'll repost it.
I'm in again.
And see what happens, what he says. I don't see his picture down
there. In his waiting room?
I don't see him in the waiting room. I don't know what's going on, but StreamYard is having problems. I was going to go to YouTube. Maybe we should have went to YouTube instead of trying this. I don't know what games they're playing. I'm trying to make a decision if I'm going to go back to Zoom or what site I want to use for our show, or go back to the one with no video and just audio, Blog Talk Radio. I don't know, people. Anybody listening? Hold on.
You got to send him a personal invite.
How can I send invite? Okay.
How are you friends with him on Messenger separately, or friends on Skype separately? Send him a private invitation.
Okay, let me copy this and see where it goes. I think this is the wrong one, but
You got another person on there. It says he's here
uh,
too.
really? Where's everybody going? I sent it to. Hold on, I don't know what's going on here. I screwed up again.
Sorry, we got. He sent it to.
All right, see where this link gets you. I don't know where it's going to get you. Let me know. See if that helps. I might bring you to the same place where you are right now. I don't know, but let me know one way or another.
Is it Madsen? Pia Madsen?
Oh, he said he's just listening. Okay, cool.
Nice to see you. If you would like to ask a question, please type a question up and me and Tommy will get to you.
Yeah. This is a place of truth only. We don't deal with stories, lies, and fantasies. As real as it can get. We keep. Oh, here he is. He got in. Sasha got in.
All right. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Must have been a wrong link or something.
All right. I'm glad you're in. So you keeping up with what's happening in the past couple of days?
Not really. I've been kind of away, but I'm slowly catching up.
Okay. Now we'll go back to Venus and Mars. All right. Now here's the thing. Venus, they're saying is life there now, which people that came here said they were from Venus.
I could have told you that 20 years ago.
I know, but now Mars, like Tina brought it up, what, 2 months ago? When did you bring that up about the aura around the Mars now?
Oh, about 3 months ago, 3 months ago.
It's becoming a big thing now, because now they think there's some kind of life form creating it. Obviously, there's something creating it, and what's doing that. So everything's coming to a head. I mean, the book that said that was written by a guy in the 1899, somewhere around there, about Trump and his family and his father. The second book was The Last President. All right.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to find those two versions of the PDFs, and I've read them. I mean, it was pretty interesting, the correlation, to today.
So, but again, if Trump is the last president, there's a possibility something could happen. They've been saying this is going to be the last pope as well. I know he's going against all Christian rules and foundation, breaking it all down.
What's going to make him the last president and pope? Is it going to be an asteroid in his Thursday then?
Well, no, it's not going to hit until 3 days before the election around there. So
when's that?
November.
Oh.
So that's when it's going to hit. So hopefully
November 2nd, they said an asteroid 6.5 diameter is supposed to enter Earth. So we'll see.
So sorry, Sasha, just to come off the subject quickly, that is very interesting because you've got different space agencies and people that track, it's not NORAD or NOAA or something like that, or near Earth objects or something. And I'm on their link, and it said from the 2nd week, from the 2nd to the 8th of August, they had 2 very large asteroids that skimmed very close, exceedingly close to the Earth, that weren't detected to the last minute. This week we had one Monday, and we're going to have one again Thursday. Oh, hello, I'm joined by a little flying spider. And one Thursday. So they're missing these huge asteroids, and this is supposed to be 360 kilometers big.
You're not missing them. They're just not telling us. That's the problem.
But also in the part of space, when we were last here, as we go around the universe, it was about the first time we came, it was about the same time, or second time we came, it was at the same time a big one hit killed the dinosaurs. So each time we're in this part of the space or part of the universe, we seem to be hit. We go down and then we come up into a bigger incline. And as we come up into the bigger incline, like over the hill movement, we're getting hit by the asteroids. So we're in like the shooting gallery, if you like. So we just got to best it out best we can.
Now, I have a hard time relating to between asteroid and comet. Which one is the snowball, a comet or an asteroid?
Oh,
That's a comet.
comet. It's got kind of a tail, isn't it? Yeah.
And an asteroid is metal, rock, and everything else,
Rock,
right?
yeah.
Yes.
All right. So we'll see what happens when it comes around, because we've been seeing a lot of stuff in Hawaii. And this is the most strangest thing. Every time I go outside, the clouds come over my head. It's the crystal clear sky. My partner comes in, oh, the sky is crystal clear. Guy next door goes, oh, the sky is crystal clear. I go outside, go to look up, and all of a sudden I see these clouds come in. They come in like this, right over me, and they surround me, and then they just cover the sky. Every time. And this has been going on for 3 months.
I tell you what, the HARP system must know your schedule because they don't want you to see anything.
Well, you know, it's the same with the UFOs. I mean, one of them wants me to see them, and I can't see them. And I also believe maybe they are trying to block people from seeing what's going on.
That comment, sorry, from our last our viewer, is it P. Madsen? I'm sorry if I get it wrong. I'm English. Do apologise. Says that they think that the comets are causing the forest fires in California.
Oh.
Somebody else, I think, has touched on this subject, but
Well,
because they're close to the Earth's pull, and it's on a fault line. California's on a San Andreas fault line, isn't it? And they're saying as it pulls close to the Earth, the magnetic pull of the Earth and the comets or the asteroids are that close, it's having an effect causing it to rise up.
It's a possibility, but I'm going to tell you what's happening. Now, there's people setting the fires there. That's for one thing.
Yes.
But the other thing is, now, I'm bad with names, but he's in charge of the earthquake chart. He puts it online every day and all that. All right. He filmed, and it was filmed live. 2 giant bursts of energy went across California. These giant waves, and it was shot out from the HARP system. And it ended right on the coastline of California, so it didn't go out into the ocean. Last week, he put a video up of these beams coming in, these giant wave beams hitting California. And then there was this white line going across the ocean from it. And this was all filmed live. And then he put it all over the internet and sent the links out. And all of a sudden now, like they just had a couple other people pulled up the link. Now the government's going to have to clamp down on that site because they don't want people to see what's really happening.
Yeah.
But I heard that they're having problems with the electric in California again. They always shut it off. I know for a fact, 25 years ago, when I was in California with a family, my cousin out there, her uncle was working in the power plant. He said they have to shut it down every time they turn the HARP system on, or it would blow part of California up. So they have to shut the whole grid work down. So that was then, because it read so much energy from the earth, it would blow up the reactors and everything.
I apologise, just turn my telly off. For some reason, it's been making funny noises. 1 second.
So basically, there's a couple of different things going on right now that nobody's going to hear or find out the truth about. So it could be these waves that they want to burn California. They want to make it into, if it's even there, a port, a Navy port, Army port, both. It's government is playing what the United States is starting to do what China's doing. They're building all these bases. They're building these giant islands and filling them with 10,000 people and create armies all over China, outside in the ocean. Now, the United States is building a few under the ocean.
Can you just turn it down a bit, please? Yeah. Thank you.
And it's a little more practical to build them in the ocean because nobody can see them. Not that they can't be detected, but at least they're not that visible. When you have it on solid ground and you could see it, obviously you can just drop a bomb on it and wipe it out in a second. But we're getting to a point where China's ready to take over the planet. And now that Trump's putting a few more laws on China, they told us just last night, not to go to China and not to go to Japan. I don't know how Japan fits into the picture right now. There's a lot of weird things going on together at the same time. This black and white issue is a programmed idea, destructive to the United States. It's not going to be beneficial to anybody. It could cause a civil war in the United States, which will probably happen. If it gets worse, I mean, I don't care what religion you are, what belief or what color you are. If people destroy, a whole town was wiped out. A whole town destroyed. I mean,
why? Because people have to live in that town once they've destroyed it. If you're destroying your own environment, when are you going to live in? How are you going to shop if you live in?
Some of the people involved with this black and white issue, they come in from other towns and other states, and they give them money to go there. to cause the problems. So, but you know, when you smash a window in a jewelry store, what do you think people are going to do? Run
Well,
away?
why aren't they been arrested?
You grab whatever you can, then you run, right?
Why aren't they being arrested then? What is the law and military
Here's
doing?
the thing.
It's all planned, in my opinion.
It's dramatic because now governors and mayors and all those kind of people are trying to hide from getting involved.
Yeah.
They say
If someone's being raped or mugged or shot on the street, you're telling me they're going to condone that and not send someone else to do
they're not going to rush there to save you. That's for sure.
Yep.
If there's 200 people standing around, they're not going to come and say.
Where's the military in all this?
This big truck's coming in. They're all standing around the truck, smashing them, giving them the finger and cursing them out. And he's trying to call the police to get somebody to get him out of there. And it's, I don't know what kind of truck, because it had all remote controls inside the truck.
If I was an American citizen, could I screw the justice system then for not upholding law and order? That's what you pay taxes for.
Well, see, no, listen to this, Tina. In the United States, states have the laws of what goes on in their state, the state people, right? So when he started, Trump says, I'm going to send the army in there, or the FBI, FEMA, whatever the people, right? And they said, no, we don't want them. So he can't just, he should and he can if he wants to.
Overrule them, yeah.
But they don't send them in. They don't send in the armed guard. They don't send in any people while these people are doing the damage. Now they're looting and killing the cops. They're blowing the cop cars up. They're blowing up the police department.
The second you lay your hands on a policeman, why are they not being arrested? That is
Because there's hundreds of people there. There's hundreds of people there. They're beating the cops up.
So surely, although we get completely off the subject, one, the state senator would obviously need arresting for people have civil rights and rights in America.
Oh no, wait, no. Let me finish. They arrested like 60 people last night alone, just last night. Okay. They bring them to the police department, and the mayor of the town gives them pardon and sends them back home. That's it. They don't keep them there. They're not keeping them. Yeah,
the issue is the mayors and the governors are for all this chaos.
So I can make myself, just so I've got this right here in England, I can make myself a hit list and say to my friends, go down to Louisiana, kill these 3 people. Here's a shopping list. I want all this jewelry, and then go and get this, and then come back. I don't know. I'm going to be arrested for it.
Yeah. You realize?
Oh no.
Okay, now I know a famous UFO person. He was killed right after he did the show with Jesse Ventura. All right, that's complete, outright, blatant, because they know he worked for the government. Fred Bell, he worked for the government. He worked for them since he was 14. He created the HARP system. All right, they killed him 2 days after he did the show on Jesse Ventura. He was in a hotel room and they killed him. But here's the thing: they don't want to make it that obvious. When 800 was shot down in New York, all right, there was 224 people on there. But there was 10 people on there they wanted to kill. So rather than kill them separately, where it says, hey, they were killed, an accident. Everybody saw the beam hit the ship. It didn't explode from a fire inside the cabin. So what I'm saying is, they don't want to take you out if everybody's going to know that they're taking you out. Let's just blow up the whole city. They're not going to know how many people we took out. Like you said, you want to kill 10 people? Destroy the whole town. Nobody's going to know
here in England, I think people are like, they watch the news, see what's going on in the States. And we'd have, like you said, a mayor would stand up hatefully, but they're very much, I'd like to think, on it here in England. And they will arrest you. They take things like that very seriously. Yeah. I mean, if I could see the police and I lived in America and that even happened near me, I would protest the government to say, well, you come arrest my governor, senator, or mayor, whoever it is, for not protecting me because you pay. No, I would not have that.
Well, see, here's the thing. In the United States, the president can move in anywhere he wants.
I would say nothing. This crap. Get in with it.
See, that's it. He doesn't have those kind of. I won't even say the word, but he's not a man to do that. Okay, the mayor says they don't want him, whatever. No, let's destroy the country. Let them believe that they're doing what they want, and now they're walking up to people's houses and they're screaming. Wait!
There's still mothers living in a neighbourhood with children that are being shot at. Their playgrounds are being burned. Their shops are being burned. Where are they going to shop?
No. The person I deal with, who's a high person in my viewpoint, her whole town was destroyed by the black and white issue. Now the rest of her area is being burnt down. Oh, so she's going to serious conditions.
This is it. So So now they're stopping these people from working. They're stopping. They're everywhere around them's been burnt down. They're making these people homeless. They're trashing their town. They're going to starve them out because there'll be nowhere to buy food. How are these people going to live? They're going to want to depend on the state.
The numbers of people being displaced in California is crazy. I have no idea where 500,000 people could go. I mean, the hotels and anything could take a couple hundred people. I mean, things like that. But when you talk about thousands and thousands and thousands.
On that subject, that's very interesting because about 2 years, less than 2 years ago, it's not been in the last 12 to 18 months, less than that. America, Mr. Trump made a deal with Mexico and other surrounding countries or states outside the US to take US citizens in the event that Yellowstone National Park or a national disaster happened. They would agree to take citizens. And that was something that was put in place. I want to say in recent times, within the last 2 years. So that was because they.
Wait, Tina, isn't that like a contradictory? We won't take Mexicans from coming into our country, but they have to take us from going into theirs.
They're being paid for it. I'm not sure, but it's a safety plan.
Well, I'm pretty sure if Yellowstone goes, there's going to be no place that's safe.
Exactly.
Yeah,
those people won't have to worry.
Arrangements with other countries to take American citizens.
Yeah.
But if California's starting like that, is that there's something of like your volcanic underground system because it's on a fracture point, isn't it?
Yeah, it's, we're not watching the actual facts behind it. Okay. The bottom line is China's going back to the gold. All right. The United States will, but it probably won't happen for another year or two. All right. And when it does, they're going to eliminate tax completely. They're changing the whole system. It's going to be a perfect system when that happens. If we could ever get to that point, which I don't see happening too soon, or I don't think we're going to be able to get to that point without the disasters happening. The weather, which Trump says there's no problem with it, and he wants to go back to burning coal and burning trees. What's his name? Michael Moore? No, Michael Moore? He put up a video about...
Yeah, he's a filmmaker.
Well, the one that did about global warming and the actual problems that they're creating by the idea of what they're saying they're doing with the new age energy production. Well, everything's a farce. These new age energy machines are running on wood, burning wood. So, one contradicts what they're saying. Oh, we're going to stop the environment from getting destroyed while they have to use the same environment to create what they're doing. The video came out, Planet Earth or What About Earth or something. It was
they're saying again about subsistence living now. They're saying that too many people are doing it. They're felling too many trees to make all these log and wood cabins, and it's creating deforestation within the interior of America.
Well, Oregon's on fire right now. If I lived in Oregon for a short period of time, but every day I saw at least 3 trailers filled with like hundreds of trees on top of them.
Yeah.
So that's all they do is chop down trees and ship them all over the United States or out to the other parts of the world.
Trees provide oxygen for our planet.
They know that. People, it's not about what they... Wait.
You're choking yourselves, everybody.
Let's make this a real show today. People, are you ready to listen to the truth? That you're going to stick your fingers in your ears, close your eyes, and walk around like a chicken?
Most will.
All right. Now, there's an underground city all over the United States. Underground cities. All right. Who do you think pays for that? Who do you think feeds them? How do you think how it got there? All right. What are we doing? Do we even talk about that? Why is it there? Does anybody even know? Nobody wants to talk about that. I guess they are afraid the government will come and kill them or whatever the story is of these people disappearing right now. But the truth is, Jesse Ventura did 2 years in a row. The 3rd year he was stopped. But he went to the FEMA bases. And then he went to where the New World Order is inside the United States, and it's over the Ozark. Anybody, if you live near there, you can't get near it. There's a 10-foot stone wall in front of it. There's all kinds of security guards on it. And underneath it is an underground city. Fact.
I heard in here in the United Kingdom, I was talking to some, they were emergency planning people. And they were saying about the Ozarks, and they're saying all retired American military, like submariners and people like that, are told to live near the... Is it a hilly area or a mountainous area around it?
It's the
Yeah,
mountains.
because of the distance inland and the height. If there was to be a tsunami or an asteroid strike, that would be your best chance of survival, which is why a lot of people have moved in near or around it or to it.
Well, I had a friend, a singer, flute player. Well, she was the most famous flute player that I know, and she had property there, and it was right over there. And she asked me to come out there. I never went out there, but she just sold it and moved to another country. It's army filled now. So when you say moving there, it's the bases are underground, the cities are underground. Living on top of it just makes you a target. The higher you up, the closer you are to the radiation and everything else that's coming down. So if there's a major war or a disaster, but realize when you got a mountain, you go down as far as you want. You go deeper down, it's a lot harder to get deeper down inside to the crust of the earth, which you really don't want to get near. And nobody has done it yet, which there's a place up in New York State where it's the biggest hole on the planet, and the army went in there for 9 months to try to get to the bottom. And they all came out deathly sick, and it was stopped.
Because our planet is radioactive. We naturally produce radiation.
You know, people don't understand life, and they don't want to put the truth out there. They want to tell us everything's beautiful, it's going to be okay, we're going to be living on Mars in 10 years, we're going to have all these. How many people are going to move to Mars? Only a fool would do that, first off. Oh, I want something different. Yeah, when you get there, then how different is it? Guess what? You're not going to be able to go to the ocean. You're not going to be able to enjoy food. You're not going to be able to do a lot of things.
Nothing there.
Well, that's like the last place I'd want to be, no matter what. If the Earth was 150 degrees all day long, I guess people wouldn't live too long here either. If the ozone layer gets destroyed, and it is, I mean, they recently said they could rebuild the ozone in 10 years, but they haven't even started. All right. It used to be, and I'm not the exact measurements, but it used to be a mile wide, and now it's like a foot, 2 feet wide. So imagine that. How much can that protect you from radiation? How much can it protect you? And now with these fires, the clouds that are forming around that is going to destroy a lot of things in a great way. Now, I was just talking to somebody else. I hate to throw this in the UFO special, but there's the things that they're doing to us. Basically, not dementia. What's the not retarded? The proper word you use for retarded.
Autistic.
What was that?
Autistic.
Autistic. The nice word. All right. They said it's like 1 out of 30 right now. It's going to go to 1 out of 3 within the next 10 years. Will be autistic.
Very bright.
All right. I mean, they're bright, but they're also very unbright in a lot of other ways. They have to be taken care of. They have to be a lot of things around that. We're going disasters every which way. And you're talking about, well, what are we going to do? I want a beautiful this. And look at the world. We might not have money in the next 2 years. We probably won't have food, but we have a lot of problems coming down without any serious problems happening, like the Greenland disappears. All right, we get a major flood.
We got to get through 2020. Yeah, I think we've had every disaster nearly, apart from the asteroid strike and other things that hit us. give us the human race a chance for a bit.
Well, the earthquake chart, I see a major earthquake hitting. I'd say with, I'm talking about one maybe up to 10 or more within the next 6 months. All right.
Yeah.
I knew I was predicting all the 7s for the past year, but we're creating.
I know they really got a thing flying about in it. I know they're really worried about Yellowstone going up, aren't they? What's the possibility of that? Oh, hello.
What's chasing you? A bug?
Yeah, it's like a dragonfly, like a flying spider. Let me catch him.
Well,
hold on. Oh, do you see him?
No.
I thought that was your.
He wasn't very happy with that.
So, all right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sasha, go ahead.
No, go for it.
All right. We say, what can we do? Well, you can become aware of the problems, prepare for what's going to happen. How do you prepare for a disaster? You really don't. But for me, that's why I do a spiritual class, teaching, talk, and everything else, because you're going to die. And it seems like the government wants everybody to die a lot sooner.
Wait, what?
The government says they want us to die a lot sooner. I mean, they put out a pill that's supposed to make us last 40 years longer, and it's only like $70,000, whatever.
What?
But seriously, yeah, the pill's expensive,
Jesus.
and rich people are
I
buying
don't
it.
think, you know, in a planet where they're killing each other, you set fire to half the planet, you're dying of everything. Jesus, you want to really prolong the agony?
You say
Well,
40 years longer?
yeah. So, but here, you know, the ridiculous thing of people.
Hmm.
When I went to the islands when I was a while ago, I was on one side of the island, a beautiful place and everything, watching the turtles, and they said, "Oh, they raised the turtles. Why don't you go to the turtle farm?" Which I did, which was really cool. Went back to the other side of the island where my other hotel was, and what are they serving in all the restaurants? Turtle. So you know they're saying they're trying to protect the turtles while the other side's eating them. That's what man does. Wherever the money comes from, they'll do it. Let's tell them a story, they'll give us money. Let's feed them, they'll
Then
give
if
us
they
more
kill
money.
off all the planet, they've got no one to pay taxes, have they? They've got no one to fund them.
Well, see, oh, Tina, you know, I get into money. I was just in a big discussion with a person today. We're going to go back to gold. And why I say we'll be okay if we go back to the gold, nobody knows how much gold the United States has. Not one person in the United States even has a clue to how much gold we have. So to say that we can't print more money, it's backed by gold, it's backed by gold, nobody's going to know. So they can print as much money as they want. There's no limit. But when you say a Federal Reserve note, they can go to the bank and see how much money they're supposed to have. This way, it'll eliminate that idea. And when they created the money market, it was because nobody wanted to touch gold. And that's why they came out with bills and everything else so that people didn't have to ship gold around the planet. In those days, you didn't want to put gold in a stagecoach. It was always robbed. And that's what happened. So they eliminated the idea of shipping
There's
gold
not
around.
a lot left to dig out of this poor planet.
Oh, no,
Jesus, they've had their money's worth over it.
But what I'm saying is how much they do have, nobody knows. I could print $10 trillion every day, and nobody could say I don't have the gold to back it. About 25 years ago, I don't know what the day it was, but I remember
Send me some. Well, next time you print it, send me some.
Well, they let 10 people go into the mint, and they let them into one room where there was all these skids of gold, right? How do we even know they were solid gold bricks? They could have been gold-plated bricks.
Could have been all lead.
It could have been lead filled with gold plate. Yeah, everything. So the idea to say that we know how much gold the United States has, there isn't any. So when we go back to gold, the United States can print as much gold money as they want. China's doing that right now. How do we know how much gold China has? Are they going to stick it and let us all touch it and measure it and analyze it, make sure that it's solid gold and all that? No. So the concept of money is fake. It's just how much energy we give it. It's like UFOs. If you believe in them, they're real. If you don't believe in them, and they're not real. So we're creating this incredible, ridiculous story. Somebody said Elon Musk should move to Mars. Well, he's planning on it. Now, was it
reusable rocket?
What's the other guy that put all the space stations up?
Robert Bigelow?
No. Oh, okay.
Bigelow. He's going to move up into space. He's planning on doing that real soon. That's why he's putting all these stations together and everything. Why they would want to be up there? Because we get in a war with aliens. I guess they're going to be an open target. They'd be the first piece of people they knock out of their way. Never mind.
I would think being in space, you'd be more exposed, right?
Well, you'd be an open target.
Yeah.
When you're coming down to planet Earth and there's this stupid thing in space, just blast it out of the way.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, I wouldn't want to be there. And then, like, if the Earth gets destroyed, how much food are you going to have on that base? And how long are you going to live there?
If they destroy the Earth, then they lose a reason to come here. They lose a huge natural power, a huge natural resource. If they came here to mine, take humans, take water, whatever they're coming here to do, they would lose that resource permanently.
They don't want to do that. I know that. People talk like, well, if they wanted to destroy us, they could. That's obvious.
Well, they would, but they can't because they need us or want us or want what we got.
Right now, due to certain people, I'm not going to go into that story. We do have the technology to eliminate the reptilians and the greys. All right.
There you go.
Now,
did you see another?
The tall whites.
Yep.
The tall whites are much more dangerous, but they're not evil. They're not against people of Earth. They live here. So they got their own base up in Area 54. So they can't be touched, and they won't because they're toxic to us. If we touch them, we die. That's how dangerous they are. But they invited us to go to another planet, and we refused to take it. They said, we'll get the technology, give us the technology, and we'll go there ourselves. And they refused to do that for us. So they stopped working with them. I don't know. That was years ago. Maybe they're working together now. Who knows? But they're a different race than the Greys and the Reptilians. But they're the ones that are causing the battlefield. And we have to be prepared to fight the Reptilians, which they know a certain vibration, certain things that can destroy them. So it's a lot more like they cannot destroy planet Earth. We had 3 major wars in space with 2 alien races, and we stopped it. So the motherships didn't come here. They will be here within a year or 2. That's pretty well fact by the base out here that actually talk about it and stuff like that. So I'm talking about the Army base. All right. Hawaii is the first center of defense for the United States, and I don't even think people understand that. Well, Hawaii is just a little island. Yeah, but this is an Army island underneath and everything else. We test bombs here. We do a lot of things here. And I saw a triangle ship take off the ground from here. Well, from the side of the mountain take off. So, yeah, we're way ahead of everybody, and we have to be. Because if Russia and all those other countries attack us, Hawaii has to defend the United States.
Russia's been very quiet at the moment on the UFO front as well.
And, well, Putin came out. No, Putin said his thing 6 months before Trump was elected.
He hasn't said anything since. There's not been a lot coming out of Russia lately.
You're wrong about that. Because when he met Mr. Trump, 2 people talking, blah, 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 right, in a private room in a conversation, Trump comes out. Within hours, we're creating a space army. The following week, he says, I want to be president when we go to Mars. 2 statements within a couple hours after meeting Mr. Putin. I'm sure Putin said, you got to get ready for what's going to happen.
See, this, if the superpowers are sending up a space force, what are they protecting us from? So that gives you a big hello right there, doesn't it?
You know, people don't assume. It's not new people. All the ignorant people out there that believe that Trump started the space army. It was created by, guess who? Not Trump. A president many years ago, Truman. All right.
Yeah.
He created Majestic 12. They were responsible for everything pertaining to UFOs, aliens, and government controlled by that. All right. They created the weapons. They created the technology. They've been playing with that. They're the ones that keep everything secret. They're the ones that are working on that. But that was in the 1950s. That's over like 70 years ago. Now it's Majestic 32. All right. And they're the ones that are in charge of that. People want disclosure. You don't want disclosure.
So hold on. We've got Most Censored saying that he's from Russia. Has there been lots of UFO reports, or do you think the news about UFOs and ufology has gone quiet in Russia?
That's me, by the way.
Oh, really? Stop being naughty.
Well, like, I don't want to interrupt you guys, so as you guys are talking, I'm just talking to the...
No, you can interrupt. You're on a show. You're part of it. You can join in anytime you want.
But yeah, I'm originally from Russia, by the way.
Oh, are you? What part?
St. Petersburg, about like 15 minutes.
Right, okay, near the Kremlin.
Yeah, near the Kremlin.
Oh, right, there you go.
People, you know, we're trying to give you information to base where you are with your awareness and knowledge. These UFO people listen to whistleblowers that tell them, well, they did this and they did that. There's zero proof of anything they tell you. Zero proof. The only thing they've proven that the United States put these tic-tac little missiles up in that they were chasing a UFO.
And how was that, if I can ask, because I haven't heard no more from it. A few weeks ago, it's been going on for a few months now, in the news headlines in the UK about Luis Elizondo. That's sorry, my pronunciation's terrible. And they're coming up. The United States have come up with a new task force based on what I think he said and what the Navy pilots have put out there. They're launching a new, kind of like Blue Book, but they're going to report to the public on these investigations of alien craft. I haven't seen any results from that yet. Is that forthcoming your side?
No. They're not going to give you the results. That's by Trump. All right. That's information for him to figure out now, because
I thought they're reporting back to your public in the States.
Oh no, he's got his own show on TV. And he's been on for a while. I like him. He's one of the few people in the UFO world that I like to listen to because he's as real as it gets. I mean, the way he talks and everything. But they were out at this place and trying to prove things. But, you know, the only proof that the human race is going to need that's important is a real alien, a real ship landing, and for them to do something. Without that, I mean, we're going to have pictures and videos, and the video that went up to the ship in Jersey, whether if it was a real ship, guess what? That's blowing it up because it's crystal clear. Now, I didn't even get a chance to blow it up, but you have to be able to realize with the technology they have, if it's a UFO, it's probably the best picture that's public that everybody can see. And if that's blown up, you got the right kind of equipment, you're going to tell what kind of a ship that is even. I mean, if it's not a blimp, which they're trying to pass off right now, it's not proven in either way. Nobody admitted to a blimp being up there and all that kind of stuff. And they said the blue thing could be the writing underneath. No, they have us. I watch blimps all the time in Jersey. They got these big trails, like a big sign underneath it.
Is there no security footage from shops or the underpasses and motorways that have caught this thing?
All those things. There has to be better videos that we can see a lot closer. I mean, a lot of those were shot on an angle. So, I mean, somebody had to be underneath it. And if you got a picture from underneath, it would be outrageous. So that only happened 2 days ago. So give it a couple more days. Check it out online. Keep on top of it. Don't let it slide. If they come out and say and prove that, Goodyear blimp put out a blimp over the city in the middle of a highway, made them all pull over to the side, caused almost serious problems. At least if they admit it, it'd be okay. But if they can't come out in a minute, guess what? Something's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
If nobody admits anything, it's something important. Especially when you hear something, well, it was just a paper bag and they put some helium in and tied it up, put a little green ball underneath and let it go up in the air. I mean, they'll come up with some stupid thing if they want to or try to. But hundreds of people saw it. If you look at the highway, all the cars are pulled over staring at it. So
maybe if they know it was them, they were probably less likely to admit it because then it would be a liability.
Oh, no, that's for sure.
So what I'm interested in, there was also another picture. Someone sent me some photos of that thing. There's also a picture of a helicopter.
Near it?
So I'm not sure who was flying that helicopter. Was it a military? Was it a sheriff's? Was it a news helicopter?
A blimp can't go too close to a helicopter.
No, a helicopter was sent up to check it out. So
I know.
If you were that
I
pilot on the helicopter, let me just check.
Well, like I said, today we should be able to get a little more information on that. I didn't get in touch with all my family yet. I asked my ex-wife. I said, I called my nephew up. I said, check it out. See, he goes, oh, send me the link. I said, no, I don't want to know what I know. I want to know what you know as a state in New Jersey. Because if it's not even on the news, something's wrong. They're not going to say, well, thousands of cars pulled over some unidentified flying object. They're not going to put that out in the middle of a fire, a disaster, black and white issue.
I'll just do that.
Well, that's it.
See the helicopter?
Go to I see.
Yeah.
Oh,
actually, interesting. As I'm doing the research, it says something. There's an article that stated Goodyear's last blimp is deflated forever at California's field, and that article was published in 2017. So that kind of makes me a little suspicious.
It's not a blimp.
This was the footage.
If it's a weird drone, maybe. Anything's possible, but it's not a blimp. All right, a blimp has to have a thing underneath it where the people live or stay, however you want to put it. Over near blimps, it looks gigantic, but the little teeny thing on the bottom is where the people are. The green light underneath it's pulsating. All right, and then there's the little white ball light on the top of it. So there's videos from all angles, and then we should be more coming in daily. Check out, and I'll say, third phase of moon.
I've heard of them guys, yeah.
The two twins here in Hawaii. I was friends with them years ago, and things happen, and I never got too close to them, but they're really getting famous now. They're getting everybody around the planet sending them videos, and they're putting them up all the time. They're doing something smart, though. They're not saying what they are. They let people say what they are. When they first came out, everything was a ship, and everybody said, well, that's not a ship. Oh, that's not this. So they were being harassed. So now they just say, well, you tell us what it is. and it leaves them open that they're not the ones that are making the judgment on it, which is good for them because it became really big right now.
And talk
But they
about
put that up.
hiding things and things like that. I've just got a question for our viewer from Newcastle upon Tyne, your Geordie up there north. Concerning the lockdown up there, I know it's in Solihull in Birmingham, in parts of Manchester, and there's 2 other places. Are you back on COVID lockdown up in Newcastle yet, or are you not on lockdown? Recently, from yesterday in England, you could only meet with 6 other people, and no one in your house, and just 6 people. So if you're a 5-person family, you couldn't see both grandparents. You can only see one grandparent, and they're implementing localized lockdowns now in the UK, and there's been a backlog of test results. So just supposing, I think there's a place in Scotland or Ireland that had 38 confirmed cases, so same as the rest of the UK at the minute. So and they're saying that these people, instead of 37 people, there's 230 more cases that were positive, but it took them longer than 2 weeks to notify them, so they went back to work. Now they're saying there's 230,000 people that have been tested and not had results, and it's been longer than 2 weeks, and they've all gone back. So you could be possibly facing another pandemic. But in certain parts of England, that's starting to spread again, and they've gone into localized lockdown.
I don't know if everybody's not listening or reading it. It was put up that Mr. Putin wrestled bears and rides horseback naked. Well, guess what? If you're one of the richest people on the planet, you do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Now, Putin cares about his country. I mean, he's got all kinds of problems there, but he cares about his country. He wants global warming. He wants to be able to do farming 9 months a year, at least. And if global warming happens there, that's what he will be doing or can be doing. So there's a lot of things going on. But we have to be realistic. It's not about what any one person wants. No matter how rich you are, you don't have that power. You may think you do. You may be able to control things for a while. But it will get, and it's going to get way out of control. The 5 richest people on the planet think they can do what they're doing to the planet right now. And that's causing the serious problem what's going down. The one world order idea. Many presidents spoke about it even. But we're not going to get there. We can't even be one with ourselves, never mind one with a group of people. And now they're pushing that into the religion or spiritual aspect. And I think that's how it came about, that we're all one with God, we're all this, we're all one with the universe. I said, yeah, you could be one with whatever you want, but that's your problem, not mine. So here's the thing. The UFO world's growing rapidly every single day. More and more sightings everywhere.
Different aspects. It's opening more people's eyes to it.
Everybody's got a camera. Everybody can film it. So, I mean, I got special cameras. I got lasers, but I can't get the sky. I only film at night. But, I mean, all these ships. I mean, I looked out my window and I saw a ship go by. By the time I got outside, it was gone, obviously. But I can't film through my window and my screen. I got a mounted screen, so I just can't, like, rip it open or whatever. But there's ships and everything over me all the time. And everybody in my neighborhood's watching them now. I got like 10 people that keep an eye on them, tell me they saw it last night, or did you see the one last night, or the one, and they're doing all kinds of incredible things, including the green lights and going into the ocean. It's outrageous. I've been trying to get in touch with, guess who? All these people and say, hey, do you want to know the truth? You care? Do you want to know a little more than what you think you know? Because these people say, well, I want the truth. The Skinwalker Ranch, there's not much going on there. And I said at the beginning when I talked to you, I'm going to think about calling my ex-friend at the Stardust Ranch because he has so much going on there. And I wonder if the government's harassing him right now.
So we're back to original question at the beginning, guys. So it's a good place. We might end the show in a minute. But just to say, here in the UK, for people that came in late, a friend of mine on Facebook, she witnessed an incident in Wales a few years ago. And it was documented, really well documented by other witnesses, people in the village, the police, the military. She's had responses from everybody and very good. She's had it investigated by a proper investigator. She's done a few talks, but she's just a very grounded person, very real person, very much like me. Speaks from her heart and her mind. And she said that she's closed her Facebook account due to threats of being arrested and other people being arrested on Facebook. So if anyone could enlighten me if anyone else has been threatened with this or had a visit from the police for any reason for this, or can shed some light on any of these things that's supposedly going down on Facebook, or if it is just propaganda, but people are closing their accounts. It could be for different reasons, but if anyone else is getting the same treatment, if they could let us know, that would be brilliant.
You know, I could call somebody up and talk to him live. Whether he wants to do it or not, that'll be a different story. But I'll call him up and say, "Hey, we're live. Just want to ask you a simple question," because he's on top of all that. No, seriously.
It's whether they're going to say yes or no in a live conversation. Normally it's no. Don't phone me again.
Well, yeah, I know how this censorship is like. I've already been banned from YouTube 7 times. So.
Sasha, what have you been putting on YouTube that we shouldn't be seeing?
So I've learned really quick to create backup channels.
Come on.
I'm on it.
You're on it. No, you're not.
Oh, Siri.
Yeah. I've been having problems with my
calling Robert Morningstar.
My show down there. Everything's having problems right now. StreamYard is screwing up. This is who picks up. Okay.
We're being targeted. That's all it is, Tommy. Right. Let's see. With that note,
you leaving?
Hello?
Hello, Robert.
Yes.
Tommy here. You got 2 minutes?
Yeah, I do. I'm resting. I had a real long night. I went to bed at 6 in the morning after doing my show about the Battle of
We're live.
Okay,
we're live right now, so you're on the air, just so you know.
Oh, thank you.
So I just wanted to ask you, did you hear anybody getting arrested in the UFO world recently?
Arrested in the UFO world? No, I have not heard of anybody being arrested.
All right. I figured
I have heard some interesting news. I was watching a program on Fox News with Tucker Carlson and Nick Pope, and he was talking about the discovery of phosphine gas in Venus and a sign of life. And I got a report from my friend John F. that there were these drones or UFOs over the missile defense base in Guam. It just came out today on a paper. The THAAD, the high altitude defense system, the missile system.
Right.
These drones have been coming out at night. Quadricopters. They don't know where they're coming from, but they've been scanning around the missile base in Guam. So that's not a good sign vis-a-vis our unfriendly friends over there in China.
The other question I want to ask you is, do you know anything about the ship sighted in Jersey 2 days ago?
No, actually, I've been involved with the Battle of Britain. Today's the 80th anniversary of the Battle of Britain and the victory of, it was the biggest air battle of all time, 600 planes or so. So I did a show last night, and that's what I've been concerned with. So I'll look into it if you have more information.
Well, I got Tina on, and she's from England.
All right, Tina.
Hello.
This is September 15th, the Victory of Virtue Day of the Battle of Britain. And I'm very involved in that as a pilot and an admirer of English culture.
I'm glad I got you. I just wanted to ask you a simple question, but hold on. Go ahead.
I'm a big historian fan. We're very British and very historic here in Britain, and we've had Battle of Britain celebrations, and we do get lots of pilots and people all around the world very interested in memorabilia and our history, but a lot of it is aviation.
I've been to England many times. I've been at Stonehenge 7 times with the Ancient Druid Order at the summer solstice, and I had the honor of drawing the sword from the heel stone. It was a very
It's about Stonehenge is about 45 minutes from where I live.
Oh, that's wonderful. I also love Avebury. And one day I want to return to England now that you've done the Brexit I swore I'd never go back if you didn't do the Brexit, and I worked very hard.
Come on over
I would love
with me.
to visit Broadlands.
She'll pick you up.
I would love to visit Broadlands
But
and see where the UFO
oh, let
came
me tell you a
down.
little secret, though. She's radioactive.
That's okay. I absorb radioactivity. It makes me stronger.
Well, no, her alien friends are exposing her.
It's a pleasure to speak to you on September 15th, and I call it winning the Bob, you know, Battle of Britain. So I like to call it winning the Bob. It was one of the greatest things in human history. And I said last night on my radio show that if you had not won the Battle of Britain, I myself would not have been born, and anybody else who had been born would have been speaking German. And I love English
people
much
in
more than
England
speaking.
say that lot. If we hadn't won the war, we would all be speaking German right now. But this year, on in November, we have a Remembrance Day for all the fallen soldiers in all the wars. So that'll be quite a big one this year in November. So that'd be an ideal time to come if you want to come back to England. Come over and see our Remembrance Sunday service in November.
Well, look,
Yeah,
she's
I
gonna.
don't know if you heard my comment. I would love to visit Broadlands and see the place where the UFO came down in the residence of Lord Mountbatten in the Minister of Defense at the time. It's a wonderful story.
So Lord Mountbatten's estate in Romney is not far from here.
The guys that talked to the UFO occupants. It's an incredible account of a UFO direct contact
Well,
between Lord Mountbatten's gardener and the UFO occupants or flyers.
well,
The Mount-
Robert, she's signing
Yeah.
off, so I'm going to be closing the show off. But I'm glad I got you.
Okay, thank you
well,
for calling, Tommy, and I'll speak to you later.
Check it out because the whole side of the highway pulled over to watch it. They're trying to say it could have been a
What
blimp.
town? If you give me the name of the town,
Just
I'll be able to look around.
just type New Jersey UFO. It happened 2 days ago,
Okay,
middle of the day.
wonderful.
All right,
Okay,
bye
I'll
bye.
do that.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, honey.
Bye-bye.
Good to talk to you all. God bless England and God bless Tina. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Right,
pretty
with that, guys, it's lovely to talk to your historic fan. I've been Tina Bird here in the UK, and you can find me on Hive. That's Human Individuals Visited by Extraterrestrial. That's the Hive Initiative or the Hive page or blog. You can find me, Tina Bird, ET Girl, on Facebook. We find me every week here with Tommy on our show Encounters, and we talk about UFO and the paranormal. If you have any questions, please tune in and ask us. You can write to us, Facebook us, Twitter, or anything, and email Tommy. You can email me, or if you want to come on the show like Shasta does, send us, and we will send you a link. It's been a pleasure to speak to everybody. There you go. Yes.
Okay, Tina.
He's
Been
going
a
to
pleasure.
pass the details to you to pass to me. That would be great. Thank you very much.
All right.
All right, Tina, it was good talking to you again.
Thank you, gentlemen, and I'll speak to you all next week. See you
Sounds
then.
good.
Tommy, don't forget to pass these
Bye-bye.
details to me. Thank
All right,
you.
take
Bye-bye.
care. Okay, take care.
All right. Now, just before I sign off and everything, anybody out there knows anybody in New Jersey, get in touch with them. See if they saw anything, heard anything, or what they heard about it. There's a couple videos. Lots of people are filming it. And like you said, the blimp thing has ended. They don't use them anymore because they're an easy target to shoot down right now.
Yeah.
They always were. But my ex-wife sent me a shirt with the blimp on it, believe it or not, a couple months ago. She went to where it actually landed and took off from. And it's a museum now. And she sent me a shirt with a little blimp on it. So, you know, old things are dying out. The old cars are dying out. Our old things are dying out. We're getting better technology. We're not going to go back to things that are pretty well useless. And now, what was it? Amazon said they got the right to send drones to deliver packages. So we're going to have serious things happening, like people trying to shoot them down. I mean, but what's going to be scary, and this is what I'm going to say to people: you shoot a drone down, that drone's clocking exactly where it is. They'll know where your house is if you shoot it down. The police will be there probably pretty quick. And I don't know what kind of penalty and everything's going to be. Well, it was over my airspace. It was over my house. I mean, however you're going to say it to try to protect yourself. But yeah, somebody said it's an actual free target to shoot at now. So we got lots of weird things going at the same level at the problems that we have that's destroying the planet. But you need to get active, need to be aware. When you want to come up with an idea or something, go up and post it. Make a site where people can sign the link with you. As a group of people, we can change things. You really can. You might not believe it, but you can. I mean, people put up a site and they got $80,000 in 2 days. I mean, there's things when you want to raise money, somebody got $450,000. I mean, it's a different kind of world. People put money in things. Some people put money in the wrong things, but there's so much money going around different ways. Oh, you're still on about Putin. I would be happy to be one of the richest people on the planet. Not really, but I'm just saying you can do anything you want. Imagine that. And stop almost anything, create anything you want.
Didn't they just recently vote him in for an extra 7 years or something?
No, he's in for life now. We're not going to see Putin disappear unless he dies.
Well, so, it's kind of a shame because the world it seems like it's about to end anyway. So,
well, the book said the last Trump. I mean, Trump's the last president. The Pope said they've all been saying this Pope's going to be the last Pope. They don't need a Pope because they're so evil, and what this Pope's doing to the religion is so sad. If you don't like the religion, get out of it. Don't try to make it into a Muslim religion united. Just pathetic ideas. I mean, a lot of the Christians are rebelling what he's saying, what he's doing. He's saying there's no such thing as hell, and he said Adam and Eve is a fake story. Well, there is no such hell because we live in it. Adam and Eve was an exaggerated story, but what kind of a story was it really? See, all those things. I mean, he's trying to make friends with the Muslims. He's trying to reword the Ten Commandments. So he's attacking his own religion. And when you attack something and you take it away from its roots, you're only going to get disconnected. It's not going to make anything better. So Christians are becoming up and on about that. FEMA was created for a reason, people. Start checking out why FEMA camps were created. Why do you think they create FEMA camps? It's not jail. It's not prison. It's a FEMA camp, meaning your whole family can be put in it.
Have you figured out what region you're in? I'm region 7.
Of the FEMA camps?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I don't know if we have any in Hawaii. We might not.
Okay. Yeah, I just Missouri falls into the region 7, so.
You know, when we were having that disaster, they brought their ship in to take everybody on it, their prison ship, but I don't think we actually have a FEMA camp here on the island, which is a good thing for us. Because, I mean, if it started like California and every other place where these people go and whatever, I don't know. We're in a disaster area. Things are such a bad place. And people want to think we're going to be having this miracle and everything's going to be beautiful very soon. Well, we're going to be going to the best planet in the universe.
We'll see. Things are in motion right now that it doesn't matter whether Trump wins or loses. There is going to be chaos either way. So you better hunker down and hopefully we can weather the storm.
Well, everybody's going to have their limited awareness about that. Mm-hmm. I know most people that listen to me understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
I'm not here to stay here. I'm not here to live here forever. I don't want to. People that want to stay here, that's their choice. They like living in hell. That's their choice.
You can always extend your life with the 40-year extra pill.
If I wanted to stay here, I would take it. I seriously would. If I wanted to stay here for another 40 years on top of what I'm planning on staying, I would take it. I can get the money somehow. But no, I don't want to. And anybody that wants to see their family die, and that's their choice as well. I mean, this family on TV has 12 children, and they're all hers. She had 3, 2, and 3, or whatever, however you get to 12.
Yeah.
But how do you take care of that many kids? It's I just saw the scenes for the show. I wouldn't even watch it. I said, what kind of moron has that many kids and then decides to have more? And the one of them almost died. He was born at like 2 pounds or whatever it was. So, there is a limit to like your mind, like how far you should go with your mind and how much you can really do in this reality. I mean, if you're Putin and have all that money, you could have a family of 15, 20, you have 10 maids, 10 or butlers and all these other people running around the house and stuff. But when you're a normal family, you don't have the money to buy. I have a family around the neighborhood, and they got money because they got 2 kids that scarf down all their food, and they don't even have enough money to buy the food all the time for the kids to eat it all the time.
Yeah.
And that's it. So we're in a strange predicament. Aliens are not going to help us anytime soon. I want to put a quick message out for all you UFO people. If you know any of the big name UFO people, or if you even got the boss to listen, which I'm sure they don't, I have an open debate to anybody in the UFO world, spiritual world, religious world that has any ability to debate what their truth is, or even want to. I'm sure they're afraid to, because if they're broken down on the air, they might lose their publicity, their money, their intake. But then again, truth should be told, and it should be out there always, and that's my mission in my life right now. It'll be it until I die. The government wants me to take me. I can't protect myself from the government, but at least I know they can't take my soul. So that's all I care about. So when we go through this thing with this UFO world happening, it's going to have to get exposed greatly. I mean, with aliens and the whole thing. These ships are getting such large numbers. Big ships are coming down, and there's more sightings of people being with them. So when it really comes out publicly, I think it'll open people's eyes. It might hurt some people's religions. It might hurt the way they believe about life and stuff. Well, I always knew there was aliens out there, but I never thought they'd come here. Really? We're stupid enough to go there if we can. So why wouldn't they be stupid enough to come here? So with that, I guess we got into a couple things today. My email is hawksblood1@aol.com. If you want to send me that link, and I'll send it to Tina. Please, any questions, any ideas, or you want to come on a show, let me know. I only deal with people talking the truth, and it has to be real that you can prove to yourself. I don't want people programmed by the government, which are a lot of people, programmed by aliens, which is a lot of people. Tina wasn't programmed by the aliens. They can't do that to her. Many people in the UFO world, which I work with, were and are. So, and even the ones that our experiences are programmed as well. So it's time for the truth, time for you to wake up and realize what's going on. I mean, fires are burning, tremendously destroying everything that we can possibly think of in horrible ways. So let's get real, people. We don't have much time to get this world fixed up a little bit better than it is. We have a chance. I think there's a slight chance, but it would take everybody to wake up. Whether that's going to happen or not, I don't live in dreamland. I don't say, well, I'm going to wave my magic wand and everybody's going to stop the government from tracking geothermal, chemtrails, and all that. No, that's not going to happen anytime soon. So we've got disasters happening around us here in Hawaii. We're a protection for the planet. They drop bombs here on the mountains and stuff. I saw it happen. I was driving across the mountain when they were doing it. My partner filmed ships over the base. I never put them up. She filmed like 3 triangle ships playing games in space above the army base. And that was a couple of years ago. I never did anything with it. Because, I don't want people saying, well, that's fake. I don't care what people think anymore. I put what I know is truth out, and I put out what I think can help people understand what's going on. Like these underground cities. Nobody's talking about them. How could you not? Cities underneath you walking around. That should bother you. Like, why, and who's paying for it, and why, and why, and why. And nobody's asking.
Most people are staring at their phones and watching Netflix, so...
Well, the stupid games that these children are playing is destroying their mind. And then people that follow these speakers telling you everything's right or this and that, and they want to believe it so bad, give every aspect of what's reality and what's real to follow a make-believe dream. How many people dreamed of having wings? Did one person ever come up with a pair of wings yet? No. So your dreams don't come true always, or don't ever come true, really. How many people pray for world peace? How many people, praying for things that are non-existent or not even possible. Pray for things that you feel that can happen or you can get involved with to change. Yeah. Like even in your neighborhood, stop children from starving in your own neighborhood. Yeah. I mean, that's the first place to start. Clamp down on people that get arrested for crime. Not let them go out and do it again. A rapist gets arrested, like, I'm not going to say names, but these people get arrested and they're in jail for a couple of years. No, keep them in there. Don't let them back out. And then again, when we got overcrowded prisons, don't let the criminals out. We do stupid things all the time. Whoever backbone this is based on doesn't have a real backbone at all. So with that, people, I hope you get into this show. I'm going to put the link out again everywhere. I hope you had a good night, good day, whatever you plan on in the future for the next couple of days. Hope it all works out. Hope you're not near the fires. Hope you're not near ships crashing or meteorites crashing, asteroids crashing, anything else. Please stay safe. I guess that's all I can say right now. Till next time. Thank you, Sasha, for coming on. It's always a pleasure.
No
Talk
problem.
soon.
I appreciate it.
Everybody out there, peace, whatever you feel is right in your life. Hope you get it. Till next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.